If you can dream it, we can plan it. Oh, where do you want to go? Just let me know. Magic moments, far off oceans. We're chasing sunsets, chasing hope. Pack your bags, we'll handle the rest. With dreams and destinations, we're chasing the best. Your imagination, our inspiration. We'll take you coast to coast, no hesitation. Like dreams and destinations. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello and welcome to Dreams and Destinations, a travel podcast brought to you by the agents of A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. I'm your host, Ashlyn, aka the Duchess of Disney, and I am finally, after 3 weeks, finally back with my partner in podcasting. She is the coolest cat around, the clever, capable, classy, and charismatic travel whiz Liz.
It has been way too long.
It has been way too long.
I don't like being apart this long.
I know.
It
We were
makes me
literally
sad.
texting each other like, I miss you so much.
So, and what it's kind of hard to comprehend because we live in completely different states. In fact, all of you listening, Ashlyn and I have never met in person.
Isn't that wild?
Like we've never actually been in the same room together, but
We're
do
buds.
this. We're buds. Like we
Yeah.
do this podcast together so often, and what you don't see behind the scenes of us just chatting for like an hour before we start recording, and then we go,
Yeah.
okay, we probably should record. So 3 weeks apart was sad.
I was sad too. It was a lot. But we both, like, there was a lot happening in those 3
Oh
weeks.
yeah, there a lot went down in those 3 weeks. My
Totally.
goodness, I don't even know. Like I don't think between the two of us we were home in the entire 3 weeks.
No. I mean, really. No. We weren't. We did, let's see, 2 mini podcasts,
Mhm.
two mini casts, and then you had some fabulous
Oh my gosh,
special guests on, by
Haley
the
and-
way.
oh, they were wonderful. Haley and Stacy, you guys were so much fun.
They rocked that episode, and it was so fun to listen to. I loved it. It was so great. Good job. Good job,
So,
guys.
how was Michigan? My childhood route you took. Oh my gosh.
I know. So yeah, like Liz said in one of the last podcasts or mini cast, whatever it was, we are from the same area,
Mhm.
like same town in Michigan. So it was really fun. I was posting things. She was like, "Oh my gosh, like shout out to Cornwell's Turkey Farm."
Cornwall's Turkey Farm. My good. Turkeyville, USA.
Turkeyville, USA. Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. We were up there for 2 weeks and we did a whole family reunion up in northern Michigan, which was absolutely stunning. I mean, you know this.
Mhm.
Northern Michigan in the summertime is utterly stunning.
Can't be beat.
Cannot be beat.
Mhm.
People, like I've taken people up there for the first time and they're like, this is unreal. And it is. It's absolutely beautiful. So that was gorgeous. Now, I thought I was going to be escaping the heat of Texas for some cooler Michigan summer temperatures, but the joke was on me because it was just as hot in the mitten, y'all. It was so, I couldn't believe it. I literally could not believe it. And there were most of the days, I think, that we were up there, the temperature was hotter in Michigan than it was here in Houston. I could not even believe it, but it was beautiful. It was very picturesque. It was 2 weeks well spent. And of course, now we're back home and back to more renovation projects around the house and, that really fun fertility stuff that we're going through, all that jazz. But we are going to be going out to my in-laws ranch this week.
Oh
That'll
yay.
be fun.
You
Yeah.
didn't get to go last time. That'll be so fun.
No, yeah, knock on wood, I don't get sick again. And yeah, we're going out to the ranch this week. And you have been a busy bumblebee.
Oh, and I am not done.
You're never done. It's
I'm never done.
over.
No, I had all my like crazy volleyball nationals trips. So I was all over the place. And then we got back from nationals and literally, I don't know if you know this about club volleyball, we had tryouts for next season already. So the season,
That's
which begins
crazy.
end of October, beginning of November, we had tryouts like the first week of July, which is absurd. But I mean, there are places in Texas that do their tryouts in like May. So we're still not quite as bad as some of these clubs, but needless to say, after it was all said and done, I was ready for a little vacay, or what I thought would feel like a little vacay. Jokes on me, I guess. So I do this trip every year. So I'm the fun aunt. I've been the fun aunt since my nieces and nephews were born, and they get their choice of either a birthday and Christmas present, or they can do a theme park day with me. I know you know where I'm going with this. They've all hit the point where they pick the theme park. The 3-year-old niece is the only one that still picks presents. Everyone else picks theme park. So my oldest niece wanted to do Disney. We've done Disney the last few years. And shout out to Walt Disney World for taking care of their travel agents. They gave me a comp ticket for her. So I said, okay, we're going to go to Disney. And originally we had planned it where my mom and then her mom and me and my daughter were all going to go, the 4 of us, and stay at Fort Wilderness Cabins. Well, then when I got this comp ticket, I said, I'm going to take the girls a couple days early, and we're just going to do a couple days at the park. We used our free water park ticket. Whew, I bit off almost more than I can chew, but not quite. So the first day we get over there at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we go to Blizzard Beach and meet up with Haley Glass and her entourage of children.
Girl,
so
come on now.
We had 6 children at Blizzard Beach under the age of 6. So 6, 6, 5, almost 4, 3, and 2, all at Blizzard Beach. We did have some storybook nannies with us, which was phenomenal. They helped us a little during the day, especially so the older kids could do some of the ride, like the water slides and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot. It was fun. We rented one of the polar patios, which I've never done that before. And that was a game changer for that many kids, just to have, first of all, you have that spot to kind of like rest your head, which was wonderful. But then you can also order your food to the patio, and you have like a server who brings you food, who brings you waters. She'll bring you towels if you need her to. Like, that was a godsend with kids like crashing out. So that was very tiring. Well, and then the next day we decided to use the comp ticket. My niece decided she wanted to do the parks one day. When I tell you everything that could have gone wrong on my itinerary planning did go wrong.
No.
So her one request was Akershus Princess Breakfast. She's been talking about it for a month. We are getting on the Skyliner from Pop Century over to Epcot, and I get a notification that says, we apologize, but due to unforeseen circumstances, Akershus will be closed for breakfast and lunch.
No, I've never had that happen.
So it gets crazier. So we kind of, thank goodness she's traveling with a travel agent who can change plans on the drop of a hat. Sure. And I said, okay, we will Audible. We'll figure this out. So we get there. We had a lightning lane for Frozen, and I get a notification Frozen is down. So I said, okay, something is going on. If the restaurant's down and the ride is down, something is happening over there.
Something in Norway is afoot.
So we popped in over there at France. We went and rode Ratatouille. There were a bunch of princesses out. So we went and met princesses, which was kind of saved the day a little bit, got us off on the right foot. Yep. And then we walked all the way over to see kind of what was going on. They had a lightning strike happen over by the Norway pavilion that knocked out power to Norway and China for the entire day.
No.
Yes. Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard?
They had 2 pavilions down for the whole day.
So they had, a lot of the workers were sitting out, like the KidCot workers that do the passports and the pin trading and all that were all sitting at the front of the pavilions, and they weren't letting you into the pavilions because they were working on trying to get power restored. But it was, I mean, in all my years, I've never seen anything like that. So, Akershus, shout out to Disney, because they, if you had a dining reservation, they still had all the princesses in character in the restaurant. You could go in, get autographs, meet them all. They gave you bottles of water while you waited in line to meet them. So it was, and then to my surprise, I didn't even know it was going to happen. Disney sent me $100 gift card as a, we're sorry the restaurant was closed.
That is amazing.
So Disney saved the day, but then our plan to hang out at Epcot all day shifted gears because she wanted princess dining. So we decided to do dinner at 1900 Park Fair instead, so she could still
Oh.
see Cinderella, which she loved. So we did Epcot until about 3 o'clock with Haley and the crew. We pushed 6 kids in 2 double strollers all around, and then
You are
then
heroes.
we went to Magic Kingdom and we shut that park down. We didn't make it to fireworks because I was like, there's no way. We've been going since 9 a.m. We are leaving after Starlight. And then but then we hopped in a minivan and then checked into the cabins the next day and never left the resort. It was glorious.
Champion of the universe. I honestly, was that your first time at the cabins? Okay.
My first time at Fort Wilderness. I've never been there ever.
I love Fort Wilderness, and it's definitely one where if you just want to like sort of kick back and relax and go camping without actually the camping portion of it, that's the vibe. I like it. I think it's great. I think it's so cozy over there. Yeah.
It was so, and we were fortunate where we got one of the cabins that's like back in like the very wooded loops too. So there's a bunch of different loops for the cabins, and some of them just are kind of like out in the open and they don't feel like very rustic.
Right.
Just because of the loop they're in, there's not as many trees. And we got the one that was like all pine trees and very tucked in, and it was glorious. And we rented the golf cart and just, I could drive around Fort Wilderness on a golf cart all day, every day for like 7 days straight. It was
especially you need to go back either during Halloween, but especially during Christmas time, because right there in Fort Wilderness, I'm sure you know this already, it's all over social media, where the people go camping with their RVs and their motorhomes and everything. They go all out with Christmas decorations.
I love it.
It is ridiculous. So hopping on a golf cart there and just zooming around and looking at all of the Christmas decorations, I mean, it is ridiculous. I don't even know how they pack all of them to bring. It's crazy.
Well,
it's
and
crazy. It's so cool.
we found a Facebook group right before we left called Fort Wilderness Scavenger Hunts. Have you heard of this?
No.
So it's kind of like what the fish extenders for Disney Cruise Line are, but at Fort Wilderness. So it's this scavenger hunt thing where people take the golf carts, either the ones they bring from home or the ones they rent, and they deck them out. Like they take like bungee cords and they strap like a giant inflatable duck tube to the top where they put lights on it. And then they post in this Facebook group all these different places they're either hiding little scavenger hunt pixie dust things. They'll hide them around the resort and you have to go find them. Or there's some that do like trivia on the Facebook that if you find their golf cart that has like one of the ones we tracked the guy down, he had a big T-Rex inflatable on top. And if you found him, he would post these trivia questions. And if you were the first one to get to him and answer the trivia question, he would give you one of his little pixie dust items.
That is so cool.
Fun. So cool. The kids got all kinds of little pixie dust toys from it. We had just a blast. I would love to do that next time. Like I said, I've never done Fort Wilderness, and it was so fun. It was like, we didn't even go to a park. We never left Fort Wilderness the whole time, and we had just a marvelous time.
I think it's super underrated because I think when people see it at face value, they're like, I don't want to go camping. I don't want to go be rustic, but that's not even the vibe. It's just so fun.
It's so chill. And
it's so chill.
I will say, my one complaint, only one of the whole trip about something Disney did, I was blindsided by the marshmallow roasting that they do at night, because every resort does it, and every resort they give you a stick and they give you a marshmallow and it's free. Fort Wilderness charges you for marshmallows and sticks.
What?
Yep. So you have to go buy the marshmallow kit. It's $10 and you get marshmallows, 2 chocolate bars, a whole sleeve of graham crackers, and 2 sticks. And that's
news to me.
It is $10. And if you have 3 kids, you will be purchasing a 3rd stick. So if you are staying at Fort Wilderness and you plan on roasting marshmallows at their big like Chippendale campfire, just save yourself the trouble and bring your own stuff.
Yeah. BYO s'mores.
Just BYO s'mores. Like marshmallow, like the s'mores I always knew, but the marshmallows, that one caught me off guard. So
that's crazy.
But that was my only complaint. Everything else was wonderful.
Well, it looked like you had a fabulous time, and little Q looked like she was having
She went on a water slide.
I saw that.
The
She's
big
so big.
one. I was so proud.
So grown.
I was so proud of her.
She was 13. Stop it.
I know. She did so good though. Yeah, but Now we're home. I'm full. I ate so much food I could die.
Well, don't do that because we have a podcast to record
About food though. So this is
about food. So,
let's work and
one
let's
of
do
our
this.
favorite topics, we are picking up right where we left off on our last podcast together. And again, I cannot believe it's been 3 weeks. Just insanity. We're still in the thick of our Disney dining series. This is quick service dining part 2. Now, our audience may remember that during our last quick service episode, we were slightly delusional. We there are about 130 quick service dining locations in Walt Disney World. And we had the audacity to think that we could cover everything in one episode. We did not. We talk way too much.
Yeah, we failed.
We failed miserably.
Yeah.
So, during part 1 of the quick service dining, we talked about quick service options in Magic Kingdom and in Epcot. And today we're going to talk to you about quick service options in Disney's Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and in some of the resorts around Walt Disney World. So let's get into it. And Liz, since it's been a while, since it's been like over a month, I think, since we've talked about quick service and since we've talked to our audience about the different dining options in Walt Disney World, I think we need to remind them about the differences between the dining options in Disney World: character dining, quick service, table service. So if you could please give us a little rundown.
I'd love to. And after just completing my last Disney vacation using the Disney dining plan again, killed it, by the way. I ate at every one of these options. I killed it. I beat it by $392 this time. I was really proud of myself.
You need to write a self-help book on how to use the Disney dining plan for dummies.
I did a very good job. So character dining is those table service restaurants, those sit down restaurants where you will have character interactions. The majority of those, as we said in our character dining podcast, are going to be buffet style where the characters are going to come to you. However, you will have a couple that are family style where they bring you skillets or plates of food. And you do have that one-off Riviera breakfast, which I did on my last trip, where you order from the menu and it's made to order food. But those are all going to be little higher price points because you get that character interaction along with some pretty high quality food. Table service is going to be very similar, just minus the characters. And that is where you're going to find some of your higher end restaurants, your Michelin awarded restaurants with little fancier settings, little nicer ambiance, your little fancier ambiance, just a little more of that upscale type dining. And it varies everywhere from lower end buffets that still don't have the non-character buffets all the way up to your 5-star 7-course meals for table service. Then we have quick service, which we're going to talk about today. So quick service is basically the fast food of Walt Disney World. And I don't say fast food as in quality, more as in the speed in which you get the food. So there are still several quick service restaurants that you can dine at that will do made to order food. However, it's going to come out in that 5 minutes you're going to have from ordering to food. These are also some of the only ones that allow you to do mobile ordering where you can go in and just pick up your food, which can be a game changer when you are traveling with littles, traveling with kids. So you can find these all over the parks. They are, I think in every resort has some quick service restaurant.
Yeah, every single resort has
Every
one,
single resort has at least one quick service restaurant in it. And you'll find several throughout the parks. Most of like the different lands in each park will have its own quick serving restaurant. So if you're in Magic Kingdom, Main Street has a quick service, Fantasyland has a quick service, so on and so forth. So that's what we're going to dive into today. And I think the two we're talking about today have some of the better quick service options, the two parks.
Totally.
I think these are some of the better quick service. So Ash, let's start with Hollywood Studios. In Hollywood Studios, what is your go-to favorite quick service option?
Well, if you remember last time we talked about quick service, I was in my Star Wars gear,
Oof.
and that is because I was geared up to talk about my very favorite in Hollywood studios, which is Docking Bay 7. Over in Galaxy's Edge, there are 2 Star Wars inspired quick service spots. And I have to do a quick shout out to Ronto Roasters. This is a grab and go spot where they serve what is basically glorified bougie outer space hot dogs.
That's the perfect description.
It's on pita bread, and listen, they're good.
They're
There's like yummy
delicious.
toppings on them. They have a breakfast one. They're good. It's good stuff. But more importantly, in Galaxy's Edge, you have Docking Bay 7 food and cargo. This is my personal favorite quick service spot in Hollywood studios. Hence why I was wearing all of my Star Wars gear in the last episode when we were, delusional enough to think we could fit it all in one episode. But anyway, Docking Bay 7, it looks like this big cargo bay for spaceships. And in fact, there is one spaceship on top of the building that it lights up and makes noises randomly. The theme and the atmosphere here is just so immersive, which really sets it apart from a lot of the other quick service locations. Because some of the quick service locations, it's counter service, you're just kind of walking up and grabbing something. Whereas this is, that immersive atmosphere where you actually feel like you are in a Star Wars story. And yes, obviously I love it because it's Star Wars, but very honestly, the food here is just, it's superior to all of the other quick service spots in Hollywood studios. It's delicious. It's super inventive. The menu is, it's like a fun Star Wars twist on foods that we already know and love, like mac and cheese or chicken or braised beef. They have a really good crispy chicken. It's just really amazing. So that's my favorite in Hollywood studios. However, there are a lot of other really good ones. Like Liz was just saying, Hollywood studios and Animal Kingdom, I think, definitely have some of the best food options, especially when it comes to quick service. You've got Dockside Diner, which is in the Echo Lake area of Hollywood Studios. It's this giant steamer ship, and this is a counter service one. There's a few little tables where you can sit down, but this is all like hot dogs and mac and cheese, which is more like your quintessential theme park foods. If you go past Indiana Jones, Epic Stunt Spectacular towards Star Tours, you'll find Backlot Express. And this is a favorite for a lot of people. This spot looks like a warehouse on the backlot of a movie studio. It's very industrial, and it's a pretty big area. There's indoor and outdoor seating, so you get some shade there. Even the outdoor stuff is very, very, very shaded there. And it serves a pretty good mix of like specialty burgers. They do a teriyaki chicken bowl there, Cuban sandwiches, of course, chicken strips, a staple. A lot of parents are always running around looking for chicken strips for their kids. Over in Sunset Boulevard, there's closer to where Tower of Terror is located. There are actually 3 really great quick service options that are all right in a row over there. And it looks like sort of an open air California farmers market. It reminds me of like Ojai in California. And it's all this outdoor seating there. Most of it's shaded, which is nice. But in this area, you have Rosie's All American Cafe, which is more hot dogs, more hamburgers, more chicken strips, your quintessential theme park foods. Then you have Catalina Eddie's, which is right next door, which is Italian foods. You can get I think they do like a meatball sub there. You can get pizza and pasta. And then Fairfax Fair, which I think has the most unique food in that area. They do these really yummy bowls where the base is like mashed potatoes, and then on the top they'll do like a brisket or barbecue or buffalo chicken on top. It's utterly delicious. They're so cool. And then a favorite for a lot of people over in Commissary Lane, when you're walking around that area, you really feel like you are at a film studio, walking around between sound stages. And in Commissary Lane, you have the ABC Commissary, which looks and feels like you are at a legit studio commissary
Mhm.
where like the film casts and crew are eating on set. And I think this is a really great spot. There's plenty of really great air conditioned seating inside, which we love to see. And the food here, I think, feels a lot fresher than your regular quick service
Mhm.
options. You're gonna see salads and sandwiches, and they do a good taco here too. It's some good stuff, and it's a really popular one. Another really popular one over in Toy Story Land is Woody's Lunchbox. People freak out over the food there. The Tacho Bowl is so popular. People love it, which is basically, nachos, but with tater tots instead of chips. They do sandwiches. The grilled cheese with tomato soup is another really popular one here. And I think the theming is adorable. I will say the big downside to this area is seating. Finding a
Mhm.
place to sit in that area is insanity, and it is hot. Really, all of Toy Story Land in general is just the land of no shade. It can be very, very
Mhm.
brutal. But it's cute. So you may have a hard time finding a table, but it's really adorable and the food is great. So that's kind of a rundown of like what I would consider the best quick service spots in Hollywood studios. And like I said, Docking Bay 7 is absolutely my favorite. What is your favorite at Hollywood studios?
I mean, Docking Bay 7, there you can't really beat Docking Bay 7.
Yeah.
I for me, if I'm sitting down, even if it's for quick service, if I'm sitting down to grab a meal,
Yeah.
I don't want to be outside. I don't want to eat my meals outside in the Florida heat. Like in the winter time when it's you get those cooler months,
Yep.
I will occasionally go down to Fairfax or Rosie's. My in-laws every single time they come insist on getting a hot dog at the steamboat one.
Yeah.
Every single time they want to get a hot dog there and just sit on those picnic tables and bake in the Florida sun.
It's
And
so hot.
so I'm not a huge fan. So Docking Bay, I love the ambiance. It's so nice and cold in there.
Yep.
Even when it's busy, I feel like I can always find a table. I'm never like
Mhm.
hunting for a table. It's usually pretty great. The cast members are phenomenal in there too. They're helping direct you to. I think that one is. I think they have the best food and the
Yeah.
overall seating ambiance of it is great. I really really like Backlot Express too. And
Totally.
for similar reasons, it's the seating area is massive. They've got, the two different areas of indoor seating plus that big outdoor seating that's under that huge shaded. And it does feel like you are at a movie set. And for me, that one's a little nostalgic too, because I have such a distinct memory of eating there as a kid and then going to play on the Honey I Shrunk the Kids playground that was like just down the way from it. 'Cause wasn't it right
Mhm.
back there by where Star Tours is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
okay, so
was.
I'm remembering that accurately.
Yeah, you could sit right there at Backlot and you would eat your food and then you could run over
Walk
and
right over it,
play
and I have
and come yeah,
okay, so I'm not crazy, and
we're not
I have,
crazy.
like, very vivid memories of climbing on that ant and then running back and eating my food. So
Yes.
like, to me, that one is great, and the chicken teriyaki bowl,
Yeah.
that's one of the, like, go-tos in my family too because Q loves rice, she loves edamame, and that bowl, like, I can get her to eat something that's not chicken nuggets and french fries, which
Right.
if you can accomplish that at a theme park, you do it. So,
Yes.
um, I do like that one. Same with, like, ABC Commissary, though, I feel like ABC that one sometimes, especially in the summer, can be really long lines to order food,
Mhm.
and you're searching for a table. So, the Backlot Express, I feel like, is the unsung hero that people just don't even realize it's back there because it
It is
looks like it's part of a set. Like it looks like it's
yeah.
just part of a movie. So when you walk by it, you might not even realize that it's a restaurant and it totally is. So
It's very tucked away, and it looks a lot smaller when you're just walking by than what it actually
right,
is.
because
Yeah.
it goes way back there. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like the hidden gem of quick service, I think, at Hollywood Studios. But I gotta say, as much as I hate the heat and I hate dealing with the line, the kids meal at Toy Story is like one of the ultimate dining hacks because you can get that big half a grilled cheese, which for me is like a normal size grilled cheese, tater tots, and a little cup of tomato soup, and it's like $8. And
Yep.
they have the lunchbox tarts
Yes.
that are like homemade Pop Tarts, and they have seasonal ones that they're constantly changing, and they are so good.
That's a big ticket item right there.
I have to get it almost every time, especially if they have like the
something new.
Have you ever had the Christmas, like the hot chocolate flavored one?
I don't think I have, and that sounds like it's right up my alley.
It is heaven on earth. It is so good. I will segue into Toy Story Land every single time they have that one, because it's one of my favorite snacks. So
Okay, I'm putting that on my list.
okay, we'll add that in. But I think Docking Bay is my number one, but I think Backlot Express is a very close second for me.
It's a great one too, especially if you go over to Docking Bay and it's too crowded. Backlot is always less crowded. And as per usual, or as per usual. Oh my gosh, my brain. Anyway, as per usual, we have sent out a survey to our fellow agents asking them about their favorite quick service locations around Walt Disney World. And in Hollywood Studios, survey says there were 2 that came out on top. Woody's Lunchbox.
Figured.
But by a landslide win, major win, ABC Commissary.
I've learned to be disappointed with our fellow agents. I've accepted it. Not even in our top. Nope.
No comment. That's what I'm going to say about that. Anyway, moving on. We have one last park to cover.
Okay.
Animal Kingdom. And we've talked about this before. We've talked about this in this episode. Animal Kingdom, low-key, has some of the best food in Walt Disney World. It is so overlooked. So, Liz, tell us about Animal Kingdom's quick service options, and we're going to need to know your favorite quick service option at Animal Kingdom.
All right. So let's start in the middle when you're walking in Discovery Island right there. So in Discovery Island, you have the Flame Tree Barbecue. This is one of the more popular quick service, and I think it's just because of the location more than anything. It's very centrally located. There is a lot of seating. It's all outdoor seating, but there's a lot of seating in very different spots, which I think is super cool. You can sit down by the lake and kind of see the long forgotten kite show or the river show or whatever else. You can sit down there. You can sit kind of back in like a wooded area. You can sit up like above Discovery Island and kind of see some of the dancing and stuff that goes on down there. So I think that's part of why it's a fan favorite. And this is as it sounds. It's very simple, like St. Louis style barbecue. So we're talking like ribs, pulled pork, mac and cheese, which the pulled pork mac and cheese is pretty darn good there with the fried onions on top. But I'm giving that a meh rating. All right. So I think I'm going to end with my favorite. So then if you go into Asia, you have, which I learned this today. Thank you, Ashlyn, the Yak and Yeti local food cafe. I was racking my brain trying to think of what it's called. I said, it's the one next to Yak and Yeti. This is Asian inspired food. So think like New York style Chinese food. That's what you're getting here. It's a lot of noodles and rice, orange chicken, egg rolls, things like that. I do think you get a lot of bang for your buck at this one.
Yes.
The portions at this are pretty massive, which is it's really nice for families, especially if you have like a little one like my age, 4-year-old, who's not going to eat a full kids meal.
Mm-hmm.
I can easily share my meal with her there, and it's a lot of food. Then if you head more towards the Africa side, you have Pizza Safari, which this is another super popular one. This is an indoor one, so I think that's part of the popularity. You can go inside. To me, it's a pizza restaurant that I think the pizza's kind of meh. Like it's good, it's okay, but it's not anything to write home about. I'm not going out of my way to get Pizza Safari pizza. But it does have a lot of indoor seating. The air conditioning, definitely a big draw in the Florida heat. And I feel like this one's always busy too when I go there. Like there's
It's
always
always
crazy
busy.
lines. Always,
People
always,
love
always.
pizza.
That's true. It's just a simple, easy one to do. Then also in Africa, you can go to the Harambe market, which that I'm a little disappointed because that menu recently changed.
I was going to say.
It used to be very good, like African rice and butter chicken and just like that. It's very similar to like Sanaa, but like the quick service version of it. Unfortunately, with the closing of Restaurantsaurus when they closed Dinoland USA, they kind of imported all of the Restaurantosaurus menu into the Harambe market. So now in place of like delicious yellow rice and butter chicken, you have chicken nuggets and french fries and things of that nature. So
Not a fan.
very big disappointment, but it's like we said earlier, parents are always searching for a kid's meal that has chicken fingers, and with Restaurantosaurus closing, there wasn't one, so they had to do something. And I do think Harambe Market was one of the less frequented quick services, so it makes sense for them to put them there. It just was a bummer for me because I thought the food was really good prior to that.
I
So,
agree.
but it's okay. We will survive.
We'll move on. And maybe when they reopen Dinoland as Tropical Americas,
I'm hoping
maybe all of the burgers and the chicken fingers will go back there, and then we'll get delicious food back at Harambe. Fingers crossed.
One can only hope, right?
We can only hope.
But rounding up the quick service restaurants in Animal Kingdom, the coup de grace, the mecca of all quick service, the quick service restaurant that my husband and I literally would drive to Animal Kingdom just to eat there and drive home, is without a doubt in Pandora, the Satuli Canteen. This, I could do a whole episode about the amazingness that is the Satuli Canteen.
Yes.
So this is in the heart of the Avatar land in Animal Kingdom. I think it is so delicious because the food here is incredibly fresh.
Yes.
They have these bowls with like you pick your base, you pick your protein, and you pick like your sauce they put on top. And when I think the bases are you can do rice and beans, the like noodles, or the like kale and arugula salad on the bottom.
Yep.
And then you pick a protein, which they have wood-fired chicken, they have steak, they have ahi tuna, they have shrimp. And then they have like a little slaw that goes on top. And then you get to pick your sauce that goes on top. The first time I tried one of these bowls, my husband and I went home, we went to Trader Joe's, and we tried to buy every ingredient to recreate this bowl. And I swear to you, we ate that bowl for the better part of like 3 weeks. We just kept making
funny
these noodle-based bowls because it's that good and that fresh of food. And it's another one where the portions are just massive. So
giant. Yeah.
And they also have some other things, like they have these like cheeseburger buns that come in like a bao bun, like little pod thing. They have a hot dog that's wrapped in this really, really tasty bread dough stuff that's really good. They have some drinks that are very tasty. If you go for breakfast too, oh my gosh, have you had their breakfast yet?
I don't think so. You know what? I went there for breakfast, but I didn't eat anything. I watched other people eat.
Their breakfast is incredible too. So they just all around, it's, I think, some of the most unique quick service food in all of Disney World. And I think the value for what you get is just phenomenal. This dining area, same idea too. There's a big indoor area, which Miss Q has taken many a nap in that nice AC area.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's quiet in there, it's cold. They have these booths that line like the walls with tables next to them. So if you have a little one, like it's a little easier to wrangle. It's just, to me, it's one of the best quick service you can have, hands down. Like I said, my husband and I have driven over just to eat there, maybe ride Everest and bounce because that's how much we love that food. So what about you? Did I miss any? And what is your favorite?
I don't think you missed any. I think for sure, hands down, Satuli Canteen is just the best in my book. Like you just 10 out of 10, no notes. You cannot beat it. I love their chimichurri beef is
My
one of my
God.
favorites. And really what's great about it, it's like you said, it's fresh. You do not feel like you are in a theme park eating theme park
Mm-hmm.
food. It really breaks the mold of your standard theme park fare. Um and it's like Docking Bay 7, where we were saying it's a very Docking Bay 7 is very immersive, and this is the same way. You
Mm-hmm.
walk in and you feel like you're in the world of Pandora, and there's all of these foods that look a little bit different because they're making that experience very immersive, and they're telling a story. So you're getting your cheeseburger, it's just in the shape of a pod instead of a regular
Mm-hmm.
cheeseburger that you would get. Which just really adds to the ambiance, the atmosphere, and that immersion that you get. And not only do they look cool, but the food is just ridiculous. And yes, the customizable bowls are where it's at. They're healthier, they're delicious, it's fresh. Just that's the best. That's the
Mm-hmm.
best. And
I will hear no arguments.
yeah,
None.
there are no arguments to the contrary. And you will be happy to know that finally, our agents, our fellow agents, agree with us.
They got something right.
So Thule Canteen, they voted number one. I will say Flame Tree Barbecue was a very close second. But Satuli Canteen won. Thank goodness.
I do think Flame Tree has some good food, but if I'm given the option, I'm eating at Satuli.
Hands down every time, no contest.
Mm-hmm. The only time I actually pick Flame Tree, and there have been a couple times where that is where I went first, is because they have a drink there that's like a lemonade something cocktail that I think is really tasty. So sometimes I will eat there just because I want that cocktail, especially if I have the dining plan, and because if you have the dining plan, you get
Yeah.
you get the drink. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Sometimes I pick my food based on my drink, not on the actual food. So
As
I
one
will
does.
pick it's like a blue raspberry something. I don't know. It's delicious though. I
I'll
liked
take
it.
your word for it.
That's
I
really
trust
good.
you.
It's real good. So, all right. Well, way to go, agents of A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. Thank you for picking the best one there is.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
All right. So I think we've done all the parks now, right?
We've done all the parks.
Okay. We've done all the parks. So let's move on to the only place left that still has quick service. Well, we're not doing Disney Springs quick service. So the only place that matters for quick service, the Disney resorts. So we've talked
Yeah.
about on this podcast how collectively you and I have stayed at every resort on property,
Yeah.
which begs it begs to argue that we have probably tried every quick service resort dining collectively
Yes,
between the two of us.
I
So
would agree.
what resort quick service dining is your favorite? Which one do you like the most?
My personal favorite is probably going to be Captain Cook's. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to go through a couple of other ones, and I'll come back to that cuz I have thoughts on Captain Cook's, and a lot of it has to do with my food intolerances. But I will say, just in general, some of the best kept dining secrets at Walt Disney World are the quick service food at the resorts. They're not in the parks at all. Disney has about 30 or so Disney owned hotels on property in Walt Disney World. And every single one, like you said earlier, has its own quick service spot. And some of them even have a few different quick service locations. There are about 60 quick service dining locations at Disney hotels. So there's a lot to choose from counter service to swankier lounges and coffee shops. They have little marketplaces, some of them. And then you have nicer, like a cafeteria style stuff. Now, the first one that I want to talk about might surprise some people because I have not been very kind to Disney's Riviera Resort. We all know it's not my favorite, but I have to give props where props are due. And Riviera does, in fact, have one of the best quick service spots in Disney. It's called Primo Piatto. This one comes up over and over again in reviews and rankings and Disney fan discussions, and rightfully so. It's insane. It's really good. People rave about it. It's got an elevated menu, again with the fresh ingredients, all of the best quick service spots. That's kind of like the through line. Good food and fresh ingredients, those are the best spots to go to. And surprisingly, it's high quality food for a quick service location. It's definitely one of those spots that does not feel quick service at all. I feel like breakfast here is especially well liked. And a lot of people will just take the Skyliner over just to have a quick service meal there. And they do seasonal items too. They do like a croque monsieur. They have the lemon blueberry pancakes. Have you tried these?
So good. They're so good.
So good. And it's just a solid atmosphere. I mean, you get cloth napkins here. That is elevated. Okay.
They bring you your food, which is it's so different than other quick service. Like they'll bring your food to your table too.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
It is nice. I mean, there's a reason that it's a fan favorite. Another one that's really great is Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge. Now, I have to point out, Geyser Point is not, it's technically table service, but they have a walk-up window for quick service where you can grab your meal and take it and go eat it by the pool. The setting there, I think, is just fantastic. It's so relaxed and you feel very removed from the theme park chaos. And the food, again, is just like several steps above your typical counter service food that you're going to get at a lot of locations. I frequently recommend this spot if you are staying at Wilderness Lodge or if you're going there. I just think it's great. And some people think it's even like a destination worthy stop that they're going to go eat there. When there's other places that I think are worth the mention, the Mara at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Gasparilla Island at Grand Floridian, Riverside Mill at Port Orleans Riverside, El Mercado is a really popular one at Coronado Springs. Those are all more standard cafeteria style spots. But here again, the food is just going to be a little bit more elevated from your general cafeteria. And the list goes on. But I will circle back to Captain Cook's. This is another big fan favorite. This is at Polynesian. And I feel like guests love this spot because it has very uniquely inspired Polynesian menu items that you cannot find anywhere else. The famous Tonga toast alone has developed like a cult following. The pulled pork nachos are legendary. My husband likes the Thai coconut meatballs. And yeah, this menu is just another one that is very unique as far as quick service goes. I love that you can sit out on the patio here. And I think one of the cool things about Captain Cook's, so adjacent to Captain Cook's, which is a really gorgeous patio with tropical atmosphere, is the outdoor area of Trader Sam's. And y'all know how much I love Trader Sam's. Trader Sam's Grog Grotto is that immersive tiki bar inside of the Polynesian, but there's also Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace, which is entirely outside. And you can get all of the same delicious drinks that you can get inside, but served outside. And you get this really gorgeous view of Seven Seas Lagoon. There's waterfalls, there's tiki torches, there's live music. So what's great is you can grab your food from Captain Cook's and then you can go sit over. You can get a drink from Trader Sam's and you can go sit over by the waterfalls and listen to the live music, have some great adult beverages. I just highly, highly suggest. I love it. But one of the reasons why Captain Cook's is probably my personal fave at a Disney-owned hotel, outside of the ambiance and everything, is they have been so helpful with my tummy issues, my food issues. And that's generally the case. I mean, we've talked about this a couple of times before. That's the case for almost every single location you're going to go to on Walt Disney World property. They're so good about dealing with allergies and intolerances and all of that jazz. But I have just had some really insanely delicious quick service meals at Captain Cook's that don't hurt my stomach. And, I've got a laundry list of food intolerances, and they will literally bring out, I'm not kidding you, the binder is like this thick. It's massive.
Wow.
They bring out this binder of allergies, food allergies, and what's safe for people to eat and what's not. And they basically make me a custom meal, and it's always been so yummy. The staff there is unreal. The cast members are so great. So they get a major, major gold star from me. What about you? What are your favorite quick service locations at a Disney hotel?
So Primo Piatto is on my top 3. It's
Yeah.
I have taken the Skyliner to Riviera just to eat there because it is not your typical quick service. It's definitely very elevated food, and I am a sucker for a good croque monsieur. So any place where I can get that. I mean, I literally made one for dinner tonight. I love, love a good ham and Swiss. I just love it so much.
Yeah.
So and their breakfast is really great too. I love that they bring the food to you, especially when it's me and Q traveling, because it just makes it that much easier to not have to get up and get your food and stand in line. And it's a very simple process. So that's definitely in my top. One of my weirdly favorite ones comes from Art of Animation.
Tell me.
So the Landscape of Flavors is the cafeteria style Art of Animation quick service resort. So when you look at a lot of these value and some moderate, not every moderate, but some of the moderate resorts, when you walk into their quick service area, it's not just like you walk up, order, and get your food. There's a lot of different lines. So it actually reminds me a lot of like a high school cafeteria, because this line does burgers and chicken fingers. This line does pizza and pasta. This line does. So it's different everywhere you go. And Art of Animation has one line in their Landscape of Flavors where they do like Asian inspired bowls where you can get salads, you can get a bunch of different things, but they make this ramen bowl, and it's a made to order bowl, because when you order it, it's not like they're like, okay, here, order up. You have to wait like 4 or 5 minutes for them to actually like piece this bowl together, but it's a big bowl of ramen with noodles, a fried egg in it, or hard-boiled egg in it, like the meat, the basil. It's a really, really delicious meal. And when you get it, they serve it with the like special ramen spoon and chopsticks. And it is such a massively huge meal. I could eat it for 3 days. It's such a big bowl of ramen. And there's just I don't know, I think it's one of the most underrated food courts because it comes from a value resort. And a lot of people overlook those value resorts. So
Yeah.
that's one of my top for that bowl. It has other food I like too, but that bowl is just worth its weight in gold.
We seem to like bowls a lot.
I do. It's just so good.
They are. They're really good. And generally speaking, I feel like if you find a bowl somewhere in Disney World, it's going to be a very, very fresh ingredients.
It's always fresh. They had one at Pop Century. They just redid the food court at Pop Century.
Yes, it's cute.
And they did a really, really nice job. So one of the things, and I think you're going to see this pop up at a lot of the resorts, they built this quick service like wall.
Yes.
Which I haven't seen this yet anywhere. So most of the resorts just have like a shelf and you have to kind of go through it and look for your name. Pop Century has just debuted this wall that kind of looks like those IKEA cube shelves where it's like a 20 cube station and each one is numbered. So your food is just nicely in those little cubicle thingies, which is really cool. But they had a bowl. Here we go again. In one of their lines that was a chimichurri shrimp bowl. And it's so fresh that you can see them behind the line sauteing up the shrimp because they said, well, we don't want cross contamination because there's a lot of shrimp allergies and shrimp is not good when it's not fresh. So they make it They make it right there, fresh in front of your eyes. And it was, I'm a sucker for chimichurri sauce as it is,
Me
but
too.
it was a really, really good one. So hats off to these value resorts really trying to up the quality of their food and venture away from pizza and chicken fingers. So next time, if you ever stay at a value resort, venture out and try on the menu. And a lot of these I noticed too don't show up on the mobile ordering.
Oh yeah.
A lot of these like specialty meals you won't see on the mobile ordering. You have to actually go in the food court and get in line.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because how they're prepared and how they're served. But yeah, weirdly enough. And then I personally, this is a dining plan hack of mine more than anything. I do like to order quick service meals from the pool bars and at like Beach and Yacht, Coronado, for two reasons. One, I think they have really solid food. The seafood roll at the Beach Yacht at Hurricane
You are
Harry's,
speaking my
so
language,
delicious.
girl.
Coronado's got like a taco dish that you can get at their poolside bar. But the cool thing about these, if you are on the dining plan and you get that free beverage or included beverage, I guess it's not free. You can order like a made to order cocktail. Whereas if you order from a lot of these quick service restaurants, they just have a cooler with beer, wine, things like the little mixed high noons or whatever they're called, but you can't really get a mixed drink. So
pre-made things, yeah.
The pool bars are a pretty good hack for using your quick service credits because you get solid food, but then you can also get like a made to order margarita, which I thought that was a neat feature. So yeah.
That's a very neat feature and a very neat hack for everybody.
There you have it. Neato burrito. I was at Pop Century. Neato burrito, you know.
Neato burrito. I love it. So survey results here. Okay. This one for favorite Disney hotel quick service was not even close. There were some stragglers, some random outliers, but the winner among our fellow agents here was Primo Piatto.
Primo
Piatto at the Riviera, just by a massive landslide. Was not even close.
No surprise. I mean,
no surprise.
It's very upscale food for a very quick service price.
Yeah. So that is quick service dining for you. And Liz did mention Disney Springs earlier. There are dozens of other great quick service options at Disney Springs. Deluxe Burger comes to mind. Polite Pig. Polite Pig is actually
Polite Pig's clutch.
That is a counter service restaurant with a Michelin Bib Gourmand designation. Like, excuse me, what? Insane. So all around some just amazing quick service options, which brings us to our last question before we get to Magical Mailbag. I have to know, we've talked about 2 episodes now chock full of quick service dining locations. Elizabeth, what is your very favorite quick service meal in all of Walt Disney World?
I'm going to Satuli Canteen. I'm getting noodles for my base. I'm getting ahi tuna, and I'm getting garlic sauce on top. Hands down, every time. My favorite.
Such an easy answer.
I love it. I have never. The only time I stray from that when I'm in Animal Kingdom is if I get shrimp instead of tuna.
So good.
I love it. I love that bowl.
I am torn between Docking Bay 7 and Satuli Canteen. You said Satuli. I'll say Docking Bay 7 so we like mix it up. And I'm getting the crispy chicken there.
Ooh, that is good too.
That is really good. Docking Bay 7. But if I'm going to Satuli, I'm getting that beef, that chimichurri beef.
That chimichurri. Oh I'm going to have to try that. I don't stray from the seafood because I love seafood, but I might have to try the chimichurri next time I'm there.
It's good. It's really, really good.
Which will be Tuesday.
Send me a picture.
I will.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of our agents, they said Primo Piatto. We had Sleepy Hollow was another one at Magic Kingdom. They're getting the Nutella waffle at Sleepy Hollow. There were a lot of grilled cheese and tomato soups. What else?
Classic though.
A lot of people were saying chicken tendies, which was kind of surprising to me because there's a lot of good food, guys.
Venture out, people.
Venture out. Go get your chicken tendies at McDonald's.
Gosh.
Yeah, Mediterranean chicken salad was on here more than one time from the ABC commissary, which I don't think I've ever had.
I've never had it.
Yeah, Connections Cafe was on here a lot of times, Captain Cook's, but yeah, a lot of Primo Piatto, of course, a lot of Primo Piatto.
It is solid.
So that is a wrap on quick service dining
Whew.
locations in Walt Disney World. Oh my goodness gracious. So now we've covered quick service, we've covered character dining. We're going to have to cover
Couple.
we're going to have to cover table service at some point, and then maybe like like all the snacks, all the good stuff.
The snacks.
All the snacks. But right now, it's time for one of our favorite things.
Yes!
We haven't done this in so long. Are you ready?
Ready for
Magical mailbag.
Magical mailbag.
Woo, magical mail. This is where we answer the questions that you've sent us via DM on Instagram. Elizabeth, this one is for you from
Yes.
Bree A in Arkansas. This is a good one, and this is actually a question that I answer very frequently with clients. Do you need to download the My Disney Experience app for a Walt Disney World vacation?
I have a lot of experience trying to explain to one very stubborn person why she needs this app. And I'm not going to put her on blast. You know who you are.
Oh my goodness.
But can you operate at Walt Disney World without the app? Yes. Will it make your trip way more difficult than it has to be? Also, yes. So the My Disney Experience app is kind of a necessary evil that you have to really utilize all the time you are spending at Walt Disney World. This is kind of their hub for everything from your hotel reservations, you can see your folio of your room charges, you can see the bus times, you can see the activities happening at your resort. So this is the Hilton, the Marriott, whatever app you use for hotels. That's it. It does that. But wait, there's more. You're also going to use the My Disney Experience app to make restaurant reservations, to make special events, enchanting extras reservations, lightning lane reservations, any of that extra stuff. You can do it all from the My Disney Experience app. You are also going to use this app to locate your tickets in and out of the park. Yes, they will be linked to a Magic Band or a key card, but you will also have them right there in your app, and you can scan. You can set up the mobile ticket where you can just scan your phone to get in as well. And that's all done through the My Disney Experience app. Any photo pass photos for the memory maker, which you absolutely added because you need the memory maker.
Yes,
will
without
all show
question.
Up. All of those are also in the app. The park closure times are in the app. If something were to happen, let's say there's a power outage in all of Norway and they need to cancel your dining reservation, they will send you a notification in the app. Yes, maybe they'll send it in your email, but who's checking their email 47 times at Disney? So
right.
The app at first, when it came out, I think there were a lot of people that were very hesitant because they said, well, I don't want to be tethered to my phone this whole vacation. And I can understand that. I appreciate that because you don't want to have to be stuck on your phone for the whole vacation. However, Disney has really put every possible thing you could need to access for your Disney vacation in that app. It also allows you to chat with a cast member if something comes up. Let's say you have a dining reservation and your daughter got sick on the teacups and there's no way you can go to that dining reservation and you don't want to get charged the $10 fee per person for not showing. You can go in the app and chat with a cast member right there and help sort all of that out. Mm-hmm. You can see a day-by-day itinerary of everything you have planned and booked already, your lightning lanes, your park reservations. So while I understand not wanting to be tied to your phone, it's also kind of your lifeline at Disney. And a lot of theme parks have tried to replicate and make their own versions of the app, and nothing comes close to my Disney experience, in my opinion. m- Most of these other parks, I feel like, have just managed to have like your tickets and the wait times, and that's about it. They haven't really mastered how to make it just this all inclusive one stop shop for everything.
Yep.
And any question you may have on your trip, you can find the answer just by searching the app or chatting with a team member, a cast member down at the bottom. So I get it. You might not want another app on your phone, but if you are planning a Walt Disney World vacation, this is going to be a very, very important instrument to make your vacation more enjoyable and, quite honestly, more convenient and free flowing than it would be without.
Yeah. I think they are absolutely invaluable to a Walt Disney World vacation.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that I would go without it.
Mm-hmm.
I just would not. I wouldn't. And I was one of those people too when it first came out. I was like, I don't want any part of this. I want paper fast passes, and I don't want to change with the times. But now using it, I mean, being able to see all of the wait times everywhere and check show times so readily available, and mobile order everything, and just, it's like you said, every single thing that you could possibly think of or imagine for your Walt Disney World trip is right there on your phone in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It's as easy as it could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you need it? No, but do you need it? Yes, you absolutely do.
Yes. Yep. You do.
All right. Well, that is all we have for today. That's it for Magical Mailbag. And remember, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover on the show, please DM them to us on Instagram for a chance to have them featured on future episodes. Be sure to follow and subscribe to Dreams and Destinations on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes drop every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back and see us next week for more.
And if you don't already, give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at Dreams and Destinations Podcast. And don't forget to follow A Dream and a Wish Travel Co. on social media. You can visit our agency website or any of our Instagrams to request a free vacation quote, and the links, as always, are in the show notes. Thank you all for listening, and remember to tune in next week for an all-new episode where we discuss something.
We don't know what yet, but
We
we'll
haven't
get there.
planned it. We'll get there. We'll
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
And all right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Stamps and our passports, laughter, rats on dancing through airports. The journey goes on. Travel tips, whispers, secrets unfold.